So we're still here in the lobby at the Jacksonville Downtown Hyatt, where the convention with over 700 firefighters from across the state are. And right now I'm joined by Scott Egan right here with the Orange County Fire and Rescue, as well as Ron Glass with Orlando Fire and Rescue. We got to talk about this situation. So Scott, let's just kind of start off with, the training, the preparation that goes into getting ready for something like this.
The training, you can never really prepare for any specific incident of this magnitude. So a lot of our training is broken down into small sections, and those sections really are what we rely on bringing that information back. We have some of the best and highest trained firefighters in Central Florida, and everyone is trained in a multitude of levels of training, and that training is what is combined together in an incident like this. You can never train for every single incident that we're ever going to face, but all of the training that we do throughout our careers brings us together and be prepared for an incident of this magnitude.
And Scott, we touched on this just a little bit. Talk about the level of confidence that you have in the men and women down there responding to this.
Like I said, we have some of the absolute highest trained and best trained firefighters and paramedics in the state in Central Florida. I know every one of those firefighters that responded there. Let me start with this. We are firefighters for a reason. We're firefighters to make a difference, and we are firefighters to be there for when people need us. And that is, I can tell you, rest assured that every firefighter that responded there was there to serve the citizens and make a difference and help them in their time of need, in their worst incident of need like this.
And Scott, I know, just kind of wrapping up with you, we did sort of talk about the lessons learned, sort of the takeaways. Although this is very soon after this happened, only a few hours. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the lessons learned already?
It's very early on, preliminary, very preliminary. But anytime you have multiple jurisdictions working together, and here we had different police agencies, different fire agencies, EMS and hospital agencies, there's always a need for better communications. We have different radio systems, and that is always every after-action report that we've ever done with a multi-jurisdictional response. Communications is always the one. But our preliminary reports here are showing that everything worked very well. The systems worked. We were able to talk amongst the agencies very well. The preliminary reports that we are hearing are amazing, the coordination that was done between the agencies on scene.
Okay, got it, Scott. Thank you very much. Don't go anywhere. Okay, Ron, let's talk about this response. We sort of talked about the emotional aspect because we don't want to overlook the people who are responding to this.
Absolutely.
So talk a little bit about that.
A lot of it in dealing with the response, they have what they call the fight or flight syndrome. As soon as something comes in like that, our guys are trained. We go straight in. We don't think about ourselves. We don't think about what could happen to us. We go in and we mitigate the situation, whether it be a fire, hazardous materials call, or in this case, the worst mass shooting in U.S. history. Our guys did not, obviously going in, did not know how bad it was going to be, but once they started arriving on scene, they started seeing that there were bodies outside already. The fire station we have is 2 doors down from that club. They were showing up at the fire station, so we ended up setting up a triage area in that fire station just to trying to deal with the critical patients first and get the most critical ones sent to the hospital first. So our emotions during this are all about treating the patient and doing what's safest for them. Afterwards is when it starts to hit us. We get home, we spend some time with our families, and our families start to notice he's not normal. He's acting a little different. He's a little distant. So that's when our job as union leaders are to make sure that our guys get all the help they can through grief counseling, critical incident stress management, whatever we can do to help them alleviate their issues that they might be going through. That's our responsibility, and we take that job very seriously.
And you said that you're going to have some of the trainers or some of the counselors from 9/11 on hand after this. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Tuesday morning we're going to be working on what they call a stress debrief or critical incident stress debriefing. We'll have it at our union hall. The fire department will be involved in it. They will be leading it. We'll have counselors come in from the International Association of Firefighters. They have a department strictly dealing with mental health issues now within the fire service. Over the last year and a half, it's come to where firefighters are starting to have issues dealing with what we see on scenes. We see children that are burnt, people that are badly injured in car accidents, and it's starting to affect more and more firefighters. So they actually started their own program dealing with mental health issues And we'll have counselors that'll come on scene and just give the guys a chance to talk if they want to talk. It's not a mandatory thing, but it gives them a voluntary effort where they can go speak to somebody who's dealt with those type of situations before and help them get over it, help them get through it.
And Ron, for people who know firefighters, how should they deal with this situation with them? How should they bring this up, or should they not?
The safest bet is just to walk up to them and say thank you for your service. Firefighters aren't guys that like to go around and talk about all the things we see on calls. It's not a badge of honor that we get to go tell everybody, oh, I saw this person get killed. We don't do that. We don't operate that way. It's not respectful to the people that we actually treat if we were to do that. So we don't talk about what we usually see on scenes. The best thing I can recommend was to just go up and say thank you for your service, and I appreciate what you guys do for us. And that's it.
Okay, well, Ron and Scott, thank you two very much for taking time to talk with us.
Our pleasure. Thank you very much.
With everything.
Thank you.
So again, the blood bank is going to be set up here tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock for these 700 men and women to do what they can to help people in Orlando. At the Downtown Hyatt, I'm Bakari Savage, Channel 4, the local station.